Hi everyone. Tonight we're going to make two Halloween projects. One is a card and one is a treat container for someone you love. I've started by taking my 8.5 by 11 black cardstock and scoring it down the middle and then cutting it in half just like we did on the previous video. So you get two card bases. I'm going to take one of those and fold it in half. That's going to be my card front. I've also taken one piece of the Halloween Designer Series paper. It's the one that had the striped pattern that looked like this. And what I've done is I've cut it not in half, maybe into 1/3 and 2/3. And then we're going to flip over this part and turn it like that so that we have two patterns on here. And I've cut it 4 inches by 5 1/4 so that it fits just inside the cardstock with a little bit of a frame. So I'm going to glue that on. There's a lot of pieces in this pack that you can use both sides and cut them in this way so that it looks like you used 2 sheets, but really you only used 1. So we'll glue that on the top portion. We'll do the same thing with the bottom piece. This card really doesn't require a lot of stamping. With these new Designer Series papers, you can really make quite a few cards with very minimal stamping. Then I'm going to just slide this piece in right there. So now it looks as though I've used 2 different sheets, but really I haven't. I've used 1. I'm using the Tombow glue tonight. It's very sticky, so you have to be careful, but it just takes a tiny bit. Now I'm going to run just a little bead of this glue down that seam so that I can hide it. And I've cut a very thin scrap from another piece of Designer Series paper in that stack. This is the side that had the cats. So we're going to use this sort of as a belt or a seam. And now we've hidden that. And that's cut at about 1/4 by 4 inches. So now I've got the base of my card. Do you remember this piece that I showed you the other day? And I told you there was an owl that you could stamp there, but I did not purchase that Halloween set. So I'm going to give this a 1/4 of a turn. So now it looks like a branch sticking off of a tree. But before I glue that down, I want to put a little base of white behind it because you can see here the orange bleeds in. So there's really no definition. So we're going to just add a little more glue. And put this on the base, on a base. That way you'll see that when I put it on the cardstock, it really stands out more. These little squares are 3 inches by 3 inches on the sheet of paper, so you get 12 of them when you cut them out. Now, what a difference that makes, just adding that white background. So we'll glue this piece down. But before I actually adhere it to the paper, I wanted to show you this little ribbon that I made. I just used scraps. You can still see the glue there, but once it dries, it'll be okay. And I cut the little flag point like I did, and then I also put a piece of ribbon in there. I'm going to have that peeking out from under the image, about like that. I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit. I'll probably lift it and just add a little more glue to make sure it sticks, and a little more in this corner. So now that I've got that heavy branch sticking out, I think I'll add the cat that we punched out the other day so that it looks like she's sitting on the tree branch looking out. But before we do that, let's color her eyes. This color is called Lemon Lime Twist. And I'm going to use the paintbrush side. We also have the fine tip side for writing, but I'm going to use the paintbrush side. And I'm just going to color her eyes in green to add a little more color, a little more detail. And next we'll glue her down. Just takes a tiny drop of this glue. So I'm going to put a little bit more there and then maybe pick up a piece to put on the tail. Otherwise, if I squeeze it, I'm sure I would have glue coming out from the sides. So we'll glue her onto the tree branch, like so. And then I did want to have some sort of greeting, although this is a greeting here in itself. You could leave this card just like that and it would be fine. But this is one of my favorite Halloween greetings. It's the retired set. But what I wanted to show you was, these are our dimensionals, and you can see these are almost used up, but I took some scissors and cut this border off here and put it on here so that you can use every inch or every piece of that dimensional. Don't waste any of it. So I'm going to peel these off. And glue this little greeting right here. So I have a cute card, but when you open it up, you can see that it's black, and I could use my chalk marker and just write with white in there, but what I want to do is decorate the inside. So I'm going to take my washi tape. This is the washi tape that came in last year's Halloween Designer Series set, and it is now on the clearance rack for a great price. So if you want some washi tape that coordinates, the paper that goes with this is also on the clearance rack. It's a great deal. So, and if you've never used washi tape, let me tell you, it is so fun and so easy to use. So what I'm going to do is just take my inside of my white. I've cut it 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to add a little bit of washi tape to the bottom just to give it a sense of balance. And then I'm going to just fold these corners back. You could also trim them off if you wanted to. And I'll add some glue. And then just center it on the inside of my card. And then glue this cat down here so that the inside's not quite so blank. If you have a Halloween greeting stamp, you could put it there, or you could just write a quick note wishing you a happy Halloween. And there you have it. That's our first Halloween card, made with the Designer Series paper called Spooky Night. The next project we're going to do is a little treat container.